Hi everyone and welcome to my recent game collection video from October to December. And let's start with the October releases. And actually a game that just arrived today, Lost Sphear. For some reason I completely forgot the Japanese release was already back in October, so I ended up getting this game just now in January. So it's from the same developers as the Yuki no Setsuna, which was a kind of Chrono Trigger inspired JRPG. And from what I understand, these two games are not connected to each other story-wise, but maybe a little similarities in the style of and design, so you can tell they are from same developers. But yeah, because I just got this today, I haven't yet played it, so I can't say much more about the game so far, but I really look forward to playing that. And next, South Park The Fractured Butthole, the sequel to the Stick of Truth that is included here as a DLC, or I guess digital bonus, not as a DLC, but anyway. So the sequel is, I would say, in general an improvement over the previous game, especially on the combat, which is more complex thanks to the grid-based movement system introduced here, and also the character customization is more complex because you can choose multiple different classes and pick abilities from each of the classes and combine them into multi-class for your character. But I would say there's also similar negative things to say about this game as the previous one. If you do all the side quests and all, at some point you simply become way too overpowered compared to the enemies, and even on higher difficulties the game becomes way too easy at some point. So I would like to see some more balanced progression on the difficulty level, but still really fun game if you like the sense of humor of the series. So yeah, fun RPG. And next, also October release, Devil Within 2. I was wondering which copy should I get, the Western release of the game or the Japanese release, which is Psycho Break 2, but because of the censorship in the Japanese copy I ended up getting the Western release of the game. Unfortunately I haven't yet played this one, because I just got this at the end of year and haven't had much time to play anything so far. But yeah, I really liked the previous game, so I look forward to playing through this one also. And next to November releases, starting with DJMAX Respect, which I got as a limited edition. And as usual for these videos, there's a link in description to the unboxing videos of all these limited editions. The Korean and Southeast Asia releases of the game were already few months earlier, but I ended up waiting for the Japanese release, which was at the start of November. This is my first game in the series, and I'm really glad that I ended up getting this. This is easily one of my favorite rhythm games that I have ever played. The song list is huge, and at least in my opinion there is huge, nice variety. In the soundtrack there's different types of songs to choose from, and also the difficulty, with all the difficulty settings ranges from very easy to extremely hard, so no matter your level of skill in rhythm games, you'll probably find a nice entry point in the difficulty settings and can start increasing from there as you play more and more. So yeah, I really like the game, and I would easily recommend this to any fan of rhythm games. And from a rhythm game to another, Hatsune Miku Project Diva Future Dawn DX, which I got as a memorial pack. And yeah, so it's a physical release of Future Dawn without the DX at the end, which was released quite a long time ago. I think, can't remember exactly when the game was first released. But anyway, the game is easily my favorite Project Diva game because of the huge collection of all the songs from the series, and I also like the gameplay of it. Only thing I prefer in the other Project Diva games is the art style of the Vocaloid. I'm not a huge fan of the art style in the arcade games. I prefer the console version's art style, but still, just like DJMAX Respect, this also is easily one of my favorite rhythm games. And at the end of November was released Little Witch Academia Chamber of Time, which I also got as a limited edition. Sorry about that. I have somewhat mixed feelings about this game. Let's start with the positive things. I really like the 2D animations, they look really beautiful, and I also like the 3D models of the characters, they look nice. And I like exploring the school building and talking to other students and teachers and doing a little tasks for them as a side quest. And I also like the story of the game. It's separate from the series, the animation series. But the more negative side is the combat of the game. How do I describe it? My biggest problem in the combat is how, should I say, slow it feels. Simply moving or casting spells or doing your attacks, it feels somewhat slow and awkward. It feels almost like playing with little bit of input lag, even though I know I don't have any input lag with my setup, considering how much I play the rhythm games on the same setup. But in this game it feels really awkward, simply playing the combat, moving the character, casting spells and such. And other thing I don't like about the combat is majority of the enemies feel very uninteresting. They simply slowly walk towards your character, so majority of the time you simply keep spamming spells or doing your basic attacks. Thankfully there are some more interesting enemies that require a little bit thought in the combat, and some of the bosses also feel a little bit more interesting, but still majority of the time combat feels, at least I'm not a huge fan of it, which is a shame because there is also a lot of nice things about the combat, like there's a huge list of spells you can unlock and upgrade, so you can bring a little bit more variety to the combat with different spells. And there's also a lot of loot that you can gather and customize your characters with to your liking. But still, I'm not a huge fan of the combat. But thankfully everything else about the game I do like. So even though all the negative things I have to say about the combat, I still enjoy the game because everything else outside of the combat. So yeah, still nice little game for any fan of the series. At least as long as you don't wait the combat to be the most exciting part of the game. But anyway, let's continue to the December releases, starting with Atelier, Lydie and Suelle, which I got as a premium box. Huge box as usual for the Koei Tecmo limited editions. I've only briefly played this so far, and from what I have seen so far, it feels very safe sequel to the previous games in the series. So it's very similar compared to those, more of the same. You just gather materials from the nature and from the monsters, and you make new items from those materials and do some quests around the town. So yeah, nice little JRPG, more of the same as the previous games in the series, so you know what you get into if you have played those also. And from safe sequel to another one, Idolmaster Stella stage, which I got as a Stella box. And because it's safe sequel, if you have played the Platinum Stars, which was the previous game in the series, you know what to expect from this one. Just more of the same, with new songs and costumes and such. So it's a, I would say more of like a idol group management game than a rhythm game. You manage your idol group, choose events for them and costumes and songs, and then you go to the rhythm game part where you play the songs, and doing so increases the level of your idols and gathers more fans for them, and you keep doing that to unlock more content in the game. So yeah, even though the rhythm game part isn't as complex as in some other rhythm games, still I enjoy the game because of the idol group management part of it. And that's it for all the October, November and December releases that I've got so far. A lot of rhythm games towards the end of year. There was also new Taiko no Tatsujin game released for home console. Was it PS4 exclusive? I'm not entirely sure. I haven't bought that one yet, but I probably will look forward for it at some point during this year. So yeah, thanks for watching and bye!